Hello everyone, welcome back. Thank you for tuning in and being here today. If you're new, welcome to my channel. I appreciate you being here. I hope you will learn a lot from this tutorial. Every week my patrons help me choose a topic on what I should teach next. And so for this week, we're going to be focusing on how to paint fishing at the beach. It's going to be simple and I'm excited about it. If you'd like to be a part of ColorByFeliks community and give a vote on what I should teach next, and also see these tutorials ad-free, please check out the description down below. Alright, let's go over the materials needed for today. For brushes, we need these blending brushes right here. I also came up with a different design, which is in black. You get to choose which one you like better. We need just this 1-inch flat artist loft brush right here. And any 1/2 inch flat brush. And any detail brush. And that's it for brushes. Let's go over the paint. I like to use acrylics, and we need titanium white, cadmium medium yellow, naphtha medium red, ultramarine blue, and carbon black. I'd like to remind that these blending brushes and the paints are available on my website. You'll find the link in the description down below if you're interested. It also comes with a color mixing ebook that I recently wrote, where you get to learn how to mix your own shades and colors, and I hope that will be helpful for you guys. And then we need a palette knife. You can use any palette you have available. I'm using a paper palette here over my palette. It saves a lot of time because once I'm done, I just throw the paper away. We need a jar of water, some paper towels, and if you have this, you can use it, a hair blow dryer. And that's it for materials. Okay, so before we start mixing our paint and our palette, I'm going to quickly describe what we're going to do here. I want to use limited colors, not too much of very vibrant colors. I want to make it like turquoise and very soft looking, and maybe mist in the ocean, but I want it to be very nice and smooth. And then the person will be standing like maybe about right here or right here. We'll decide once we get the background laid out. And then fishing, it'll be a small person right here, right? And then everything else will be like the beach here, the waves here, and then the sky's going to be very simple. There's not going to be any clouds, so it's just going to be a nice smooth transition, okay? All right, let's begin mixing our paint and pick up our titanium white and then create a couple colors, okay? So I'm going to squeeze it out about this much, a couple thumbs, okay? Amount, about the same here, maybe a little less here, and let's start with 4, like this, okay? Right here. And now let's move on to cadmium yellow, and I want to add it right in here, just on this one, just a little bit like this, small amount, okay? And then maybe on here as well, a very small amount, like that. And then we're gonna pick up our red, right here, and let's add it right in here, just a small amount as well, like this. Okay, and then a little more red in here, just like that. All right, and now I'm going to pick up my blue and add it with the red, just a little bit like this. Let's quickly mix this. You could see I didn't add too much color to my white. There's more white, but I'm going to quickly mix that and see what colors it gives me, and then we can, add more of the white or whatever color that we need. But let's start mixing our lightest color right here. Okay, we're going to leave this color white for now. Very nice and bright. Okay, next. I like this color right here. this like pink peachy color. I always like this color in my skies. Right there. And then our last one right here. So this is, I like this. It's like it's still leaning towards pink more, but it's like, you know, it has that hint of blue in there, so it looks a little purplish, but still on the pink side. So I'm gonna just kind of move it like this because it's a darker shade. And I'm actually going to add a little bit more white to it. Okay, so I just added more white here, but I decided to add another shade here because this is, you know, a darker shade transitioning to, you know, the lighter color. So I want to have another shade here that has in between these two colors, okay? So that's why I added a little bit of white, well, more white, and a little bit of red and a touch of yellow, not too much, as you could see. So let's first mix this one, you know, and make it a little lighter. Okay, that's better. And then this one. Should be like in between these colors. That's what we want. And if it's a little darker, just add a little more white. Just basically what we want is to go from lightest to darkest, okay? Right here. These are the colors I have. As you can see, that's going to be our sky colors, okay? Very, very smooth and light. All right, so now let's pick up one of our blending brushes. This is a new one right here, so you could see that it's not as fluffy, but I'm gonna break it down. And actually, the longer you use them, the fluffier and better they become. So that is good news. And so to break it down, I'm gonna use this new one and just dab it in the water like this, halfway, and then just squeeze the water out. Just a little bit, not too much, you know, so the water won't drop like this, okay? And then we're gonna pick up let's start off with adding let's do the opposite this time. Let's go ahead and start with, you know, the darkest shade right here, and then blend, you know, and pick up our lightest. Let's do something different this time, okay? So I'm gonna pick this dark one right here, and because I'm gonna make the sky from like dark to light, the opposite, okay? So I'm just gonna start right in here and, you know, go down low if you want, just right here. Okay, and then every time I'm gonna just lightly dab my tip, just the tip, in the water, so it can run smoothly on the canvas. Pick up more paint and just bring it down. Okay, just bring it down like this. This beautiful color that we have mixed. Okay, and next we're gonna pick up our second color. You could see it's a little bit lighter, but not too much. So we're just gonna add it right in here. Okay. All right, and I'm gonna dab my brush in the water and pick up a little more, just a little more. Just go across like this, okay? There you go. And now I'm gonna dab my brush in the water again and pick up my third shade here that we have mixed and put it right on the bottom, this orange color right here that we have mixed. Just bring it down. Don't be afraid. Just bring the colors down. I like this orange color, so bring it all the way down if you want. Okay. Okay, that's good enough. And now I'm just going to take the darks a little bit out, so I'm going to lightly just press like this lightly in the water, just a little bit, so you can get most of the dark colors out, right? And then just squeeze it lightly and gently. And then, you know, you could use your paper towel to draw out your, just dry it a little bit like this, just a little bit lightly and gently. And then we're going to continue with our fourth shade here and just add it right there. So I'm going to dab it in the water, just a tip, like I showed you. Pick up this color and continue adding it roughly. So I'm going to dab my brush in the water again. Okay. Pick up all of it. Dab it in the water again. Okay, and now the last color is white. So let's use the white and cover the rest of the canvas just with the white, okay? And it's okay if it blends in with the yellows. You know, we want that anyway. We want the colors to blend in smoothly with each other. But let's cover the canvas like this. Okay. Just roughly blend those in. Okay, now I don't want to carry the darks up there, okay? So now I'm going to leave my brush in the water, pick up my second blending brush, and work dry right now. And so I'm going to start from the top this time and blend everything in going downwards, okay? So let's do that from this corner. And just lightly press and swirl it and work dry. And this part, just try to work a little bit faster. When you lay down the colors, pick up your brush. You could use one, but I recommend two because it just saves time when you're blending. But you could see the nice smooth blend, takes away the brush strokes, and it creates a nice transition, as you could see. You know, just go back and forth like this. And then barely pressing the canvas. Barely pressing, as you could see. And there you have it. Very nice smooth blend right here. While the background is dry, and I'm going to quickly clean out my brushes using this handmade brush soap. It works really good, and if you're interested in these, check out the description down below. Also, I'd like to remind, if you see some of the hairs from the brushes, do not try to pick it out while the paint is wet. I'll show you how to do that. It's very simple. Do not be afraid of those things. They happen every once in a while, especially when the brush is new, it breaks down. So just keep that in mind, and the longer you use it, the stronger it actually becomes. So just wait, and I'll show you how to take those out. Very simple. Okay, so now my brushes is clean, and I have a new water jar right here. I'm going to quickly finish drying it out with a hair blow dryer. Okay, so now my background is dry, and remember a few of those hairs that I noticed right here Now that it's dry, it's very easy. You come back and you just quickly just scratch those off and they come out super easy. It doesn't do anything and it's clean and it comes out super easy, as you could see right here. And it goes away and you have a nice clean background and you're ready to continue. Okay, so now we're gonna draw some far away like little mountains in the back, okay? And so we're gonna pick up our blue and put it right in here. And I've got a little bit of this color left, so I'm gonna quickly mix it in with this, okay? So I wouldn't get a straight, you know, blue color. But if you don't have that, just add white and a little bit of red to your blue. But I'm just gonna, so I won't waste paint, I'm gonna quickly mix that in with a blue. Okay, and actually I'm going to add red on it as well because I want it to be leaning towards purple more. Okay, just a touch of red right there. I'm gonna quickly mix that in. That's good right there, I like it. So basically I made a color that is a little bit darker than this one. So maybe a little more darker than this one, okay? For the mountains. And I'm actually going to add a little bit of white because the change is still, actually I'm going to use it from this white. See this white left that we have here? I'm going to just take a little bit of that because I don't want to transition to be too harsh, you know, like I want it to be a little bit lighter, you know, and I'm tinting it down like this. It's much better. Okay, and now we're gonna add a little bit of red here and pick up the rest of this color right here. Just mix it in with the red. Okay, maybe a little more red. Right here, just a touch of red right here. I want it to be pinkish. Okay, there you go. So actually I decided to complete my, you know, cover my bottom part real quick and then we're gonna add the mountains and add these colors. But what I have here is so I added white, as you could see, a thumbnail of white. I just want to cover, like I said, this whole area right here. This will be where the, you know, the ocean and the sand kind of, this area will be that. So what I've got here is white, about the same amount of white on each three colors here, and a little bit of yellow and a touch of red, same amount of yellow and red and a little blue here, as you could see, and blue and just red right there. So I'm gonna start with my lightest color right here. So basically I'm just gonna, this is just the base for my, you know, reflection of the sky. Like it'll be almost similar to these colors right here. But if they're not, that's okay. Just try to get it as close as you can. And here, this is going to look a little more towards, you know, green color, like bluish turquoise color right here, because this will be like the reflection of the water here. So I want it to be a little more leaning towards blue right here. And then our final color, okay, that's good right there. And this is just our base. We're gonna add more details to our water, but I want to quickly cover that. And I'm going to use, again, one of my blending brushes that I cleaned right here. And I'm gonna dab it in the water just a little bit. And I'm gonna start off with the lightest color right here. Okay, and I'm just gonna spread it randomly, just spread it. about like this. Dab my brush in the water, continue with this color, pick all of it out, and I'm going to fade it out like this. Okay, dab my brush in the water, pick up my other color here, and blend those in like this. Dab my brush in the water. Okay, and now it's good right there. And my final color right here that we have mixed, I didn't use all of it. That's okay. I just want to cover it like that. Okay, this blue color right here. All right, and now I'm going to use my, blending brush and just quickly just blend it in. And basically you want your brush not to be too wet, okay? And lightly press and go back and forth like this. Back and forth. That's good enough. Okay, that's good right there. I'm going to quickly dry that out. As a base right here, now let's create, remember these colors we made? Let's create one more. I added blue and a little bit of red. I took some red out because I think I added a little too much red. But I'm going to just take part of this, whatever color you have left, it doesn't really matter. I just wanted to make it a little darker color right here. Leaning towards blue more. But I still added red because I don't want it to be, straight blue. I want it to have that, like a little bit of purple in it as well. So just like this, okay? Right here. All right, that's good right there. And now let's pick up our 1/2 inch brush. Any of the brushes you have available will do. But I'm gonna dab it in the water and, make it nice and damp so it can run smoothly on the canvas. And first things first, I'm going to start with the pink color right here and add some faraway mountains and, randomly just add it, and then we'll just fade it, some of them out like this. I'm going to use my water, dab it in the water just a little bit, and then kind of fade it out. I want it to, go into the bottom areas a little bit smoother. Okay, just like that. All right, dab my brush in the water, pick up some more red, and continue, and maybe add some red in here. Use your finger if you want to blend out some of them. As you can see, I'm randomly adding it because it's far away, it's hidden, because our water is very misty. So I'm gonna add this mountain here a little bit taller. Okay. Just like that, that's good enough. So now I'm going to dab my brush and continue with this pink color, and I'm going to draw out my, the way I want my water to look. So just follow some of these areas. Yours could look a little bit different than mine, but the shore, you know, the shore to look. Dab my brush in the water. Okay, you could see it's starting to form the shape. That's what we want. And I'm using water because I don't want it to be too dark yet. I just want to outline and see how I want it to look first before I, make it darker. And I'll show you what I mean. So maybe there's a little mountain or a rock, but it's so misty that it fades into the water there. So I'm going to use this red here and just fill in some of this area here, right in here. Just blend it all in. Doesn't have to be perfect. There you go. All right, so now I'm going to dab my brush and use this blue here, this middle color, and on the bottom go over some of these. Really quickly, just add that highlight of blue. And then what I'm going to do with this blue is continue drawing some of these lines. Just with water. In this color first. And then here I'm going to so it's like another wave here. Okay, dab my brush in the water, continue using this color. Let's go up a little bit in here. Okay, moving on. I'm going to add a little bit of black right here, just black, and maybe mix it in with whatever colors you have left. I don't want it to be straight black, so that's why I'm kind of mixing it in, but I want it to be dark like this, okay? It will turn out to be like a darker gray, and I'm going to use this to add this little dark, shadow from the sun. Okay. can just dab my brush in the water, pick up some more of this dark color. And make it a little bigger. Just like that. That's good for now. We can work on it and fix it later. But just gently back and forth. Clean out my brush a little bit. Dab my brush in the water, I mean. Okay, that'll be good right there. All right, so now I'm gonna clean out my brush. And remember this blue that we have mixed right here? I decided to add just a touch of blood, just black, I mean, right here. And maybe don't even take all of it, just first take a little bit, mix it in with this blue, because I want it to be dark. Maybe a little more. Right there, that's good enough. I still want it to be, you know, that colored in there, not to be gray. So that's why I didn't want to add too much black. Right there, that's good though. Okay, and now we use our same brush, and now we can darken some of these areas. So I'm gonna go over and just darken some of them right underneath. Okay. Yeah, it doesn't have to be perfect. Okay, and just fade it out. I'm going to add this color also far away. Dab my brush in water. Just blend those in really quick. Doesn't have to be perfect. There you go. All right. And now I'm going to use my artist brush right here, dab it in the water, and use a little bit of this blue right here, right? This darker blue right here, just a little bit with water. And I'm going to just, you know, add my shadows from the light and everything just really quick. Just dab it in there. Maybe blend some in like that. Okay. Do the same thing here. Make it nice and rough. Looking. Okay, add some in here. And just blend it all in. You know, if you got too much, just use your finger to wipe some out. And there is no right or wrong. Just add your shadows. Just like that, with water and a little bit of this color. Same color in water. Make this area a little bit darker. Dab my brush in the water a bit. Maybe some in here. And then for just with a 1/2 inch brush and just white right here, and dab it in the water, just with the white. we're going to go outline some of the, create some highlights in the water. Just a little bit like this. Don't go all the way. Use your finger. Okay, very lightly. Maybe some in here as well. Okay, so now once you're done messing around with the water and adding your shadows and things like that, then you can move on and add in your person here fishing. So I have black here, but I'm going to just mix in with this blue so it won't be just straight black. Just mix it in a little bit with, maybe take part of this color as well. It's going to be the darkest color we have on our canvas, but it isn't going to be black. So it's very dark gray right here. You could use black if you want to, totally up to you. So let's just use our detail brush and let's draw him out right about here. Let's make him be standing right in here. So I'm gonna draw his hat right in here. I'm going to quickly draw out his body. So dab my brush in the water so it can run smooth. And just color him in, and then you can just detail him later, but we just want to see how it will look like, okay? So he's holding the fishing pole. I got a little bit of paint, that's okay. just water and a paper towel and just quickly clean it out before it dries. There you go. So I'm going to dab my brush in the water, make sure it runs smoothly. Maybe you have it bend a little bit. Smear the paint a little bit, that's okay. I think the fishing pole's a little bit too long, so just with the water I'm gonna clean it out here before it dries, and here as well. Okay, just dab my brush in the water. And that's how I erase something if I have to. Okay, I'm going to leave that little, I'm not going to rub too much because I don't want to, take away my background paint. So I'm just going to clean it out the best I can, and I'm going to add a bird there or something to fix that. So there's always a way to fix things. So I'm just going to and continue drawing. So I'm going to clean it up a little bit and then maybe use a little bit of the white with the pink right here. Just straighten some of this area. It's not going to be perfect. Okay. And you can spend time detailing using this black, and a little bit of white, and just go over and detail it the way you like it. Totally up to you. I'm gonna add some, just this leftover green for fun on his hoodie. Some reflections or something. So I'm gonna dab my brush in the water and just blend this in really quick. Now I'll use my black. There you go. Just a little bit, you could see it there. And then now here we're going to add the shadows. So let's use a little bit of this color and just follow, just back and forth. In fact, let's change our brush to a 1/2 inch brush right here and dab our brush in the water. Fade it out. Use your finger if you want to blend and then clear it out a bit like this to add the reflection in the water. And now with a detail brush, just the white here, you know, just a little bit, and go over very lightly. Don't take too much white, but just water and a little bit of white, and just kind of outline around him. It creates a nice glow. I'm going to add There you go. Once you're done with that, you can use the same color and the detail brush to kind of add some birds. Okay, I'll be done for today. You can go on and on detailing the person, the water, the birds, totally up to you. Have fun with this, see what you can create, and I hope this tutorial was helpful and you learned something from this and enjoyed it. Thank you for being here and tuning in. Take care and God bless.